Welcome to the snapshot of What I Know for Sure by Oprah Winfrey. Here we'll explore the key insights from What I Know for Sure. Introduction. In 1998, Oprah Winfrey sat down to a live television interview with film critic Gene Siskel. As they wrapped up the interview, Siskel asked Oprah a question she couldn't quite answer. What do you know for sure? That question stayed with Oprah, and for 14 years, it was a question she addressed in her monthly column in O, the Oprah magazine. When all is said and done, after you've endured incredible trials and experienced the most mundane joys, what are the lessons and pieces of wisdom that still hold true in spite of it all? In this snapshot, Oprah Winfrey shares her most valuable and enduring lessons on joy and power, resilience and gratitude. Joy. In 1997, Oprah had the opportunity to live her dream of performing on stage with Tina Turner. Her onstage cameo would be no longer than 6 minutes, but Oprah was terrified. She worried about remembering her steps and keeping up with the legend. In the end, Oprah reminded herself that her time with Tina would be brief, and she didn't want to let the moment pass her by. She chose to forget her anxiety and dance with abandon. In every moment of life, you have the opportunity to dance, to relish the joys of the present, and to take it all in. Make the most out of your life. Perhaps not every day contains the chance to be on stage with a music legend, but pleasure is all around you. The joy of your morning coffee, the sweetness of catching up with a close friend, or a moment to recharge by yourself at the end of a long day. Remember that each day contains big and small pieces of beauty. Keep your eyes peeled for them, embrace them, and experience them fully. Don't let the anxieties of life keep you from truly feeling the joys of life. Remember, too, that joy is always a choice. If your life ended tomorrow, what would you regret? At the end of your life, the questions that will linger will be your what-ifs, not your salary or how much work you accomplish. While much of life is beyond your control, you are the one who ultimately exerts the greatest influence on your own path. Accomplishing your goals and doing the things that you've always wanted to do are within your power. You can take your dream trip or reconcile with a distant friend. Remember your power and give yourself permission to use it for the good of your own life. Resilience. Everyone has their own journey, full of obstacles and joys, happiness and turmoil. Oprah's journey began in rural Mississippi, where she was conceived out of wedlock, and her mother hid her pregnancy until the day of Oprah's birth. The beginning of Oprah's life wasn't marked by joy, but with shame. Throughout her childhood, Oprah felt the burden of being an unwanted child, and she dealt with incredible loneliness and isolation. You probably have your own share of disappointment, hurt, and heartache. Perhaps you felt unwanted as a child, or you endured a traumatic, broken marriage. But no matter what your past contains, you are still responsible for who you are and how you live. You might have justified grievances against your parents or your past lovers, but living life as a victim and blaming other people for your life will not improve your circumstances. As you learn more about yourself, be proactive about your self-improvement. If your parents didn't give you enough love as a child, start giving yourself the love that you never received. If your ex-spouse didn't think that your feelings were important, start giving your emotions some validation. Figure out what you need in order to be whole, and then give it to yourself. Don't wait on someone else to fix you, and don't spend your life blaming your brokenness on others. How you treat yourself is what determines your quality of life. For years, Oprah hid certain secrets about her childhood. She hid the fact that she was sexually abused and that her abuse caused her to be promiscuous and become pregnant at the age of 14. After her baby died in the hospital, Oprah went back to school and didn't tell a soul because she feared that she would be expelled. As an adult, she hid this secret from her best friends and her partner for years because she was afraid that they, too, would expel her from their lives. When the truth about Oprah's childhood was leaked to the press, those same fears resurfaced. Oprah worried about the judgment of the public, and she felt certain that friends and strangers alike would reject her. To her surprise, no one reacted that way to her exposed secret. Oprah realized that she had been the only one who was blaming herself for her abuse and her pregnancy. Her self-imposed shame was the greatest burden of all, and it was only when she was able to let go of it that she could heal certain parts of herself. Take care of yourself. Don't worry about what others think, whether their judgments are positive or negative. Your opinions of yourself are what will affect you the most. If you're forcing yourself to endure shame and incessant self-criticism, learn how to be kinder to yourself. Don't hinder your life with self-imposed burdens. Connection. All people want to feel valued, loved, needed, and understood. It's human to want the connections that allow you to feel heard and validated. Everyone wants to matter to somebody. As a child, Oprah didn't feel loved by her family, so she pushed herself to be an overachiever in order to earn their love and appreciation. As a young woman, Oprah thought she needed the love of a man to feel whole. In the end, her broken relationships and her attempts to feel valuable taught Oprah one thing, that the most important love you can receive comes from yourself. While it's natural to need healthy relationships, no lover, friend, or parent can fix how you feel about yourself. If you do not believe that you have value, no one will be able to change your mind. In order to receive love from other people, you need to first give it to yourself. Self-love can be a difficult lesson to learn because it defies a lot of cultural expectations about how love should look. Perhaps you find yourself hoping for a certain manifestation of love, like a perfectly handsome romantic partner or some long-awaited acceptance from a distant parent. Love doesn't always look the way you expect, and when love deviates from your preconceived ideas, it can be tough to see. Don't let your hopes and expectations blind you to love's many forms. Love is everywhere, and you can experience love no matter your relationship status. Love is in your partner, but also in your friends, coworkers, and neighbors. The potential for connection resides in the unexpected. If you're struggling to access love in your life, begin with compassion. Feel for other people, the cashier at the grocery store, and your most annoying colleague. Compassion is the first step, and it can lead you to unexpected connections. Gratitude. Oprah has long maintained a ritual of writing a list of 5 things that she's grateful for each day. A daily gratitude list helps keep her spirits high, and it increases her capacity for delight. Looking back on her life, Oprah notes that she was less happy during the periods of life when she didn't maintain her gratitude ritual, even if her life was full of success and abundance. Even the act of saying thank you can change your attitude. Years ago, Oprah found herself having a tearful meltdown on her bathroom floor. Her close friend, Maya Angelou, demanded that she stop crying and simply say thank you out loud. Her nose dripping and her eyes swimming with tears, Oprah did as Angelou suggested, but then wondered what she was supposed to be thankful for. Angelou told her that she was thanking the universe for the fact that no matter how bad things got, she'd have the faith and strength to get through it. Gratitude can transform your attitude and your situation. It might be difficult to practice, especially in tough times. But whenever you're feeling your least grateful, that's when you need gratitude the most. Gratitude is so powerful because it forces you to set aside your ego. When your ego gets out of the way, other values can take its place, like greater compassion and self-awareness. The more you practice gratitude, the more you'll have to be grateful for. For instance, it can be easy to nitpick at your body, to wish your thighs didn't take up so much space, or that your stomach could be a little flatter. But your body is so much more than your list of complaints. It's also a healthy heart, a complex brain, a functioning digestive system, and a collection of muscles and joints that allow you to live your life. When you allow yourself to be grateful for all that your body can do, you will start to view your body with loving, appreciative eyes. Possibility. It's time to initiate a new phase of life when you realize that you've learned all that you can from a current job or relationship. If you want to reach your full potential, you need to be willing to take risks and enter new territory in order to grow. Oprah admits that, in spite of her outward success, much of her inner life has been defined by fear. She felt afraid to say no to people and let others down. Her reservations about herself and her desires to please other people ended up dictating the terms of her life. Achieving your full potential and living your best life requires that you live without fear. Only then will your life be yours and yours alone. Living without fear will also make your next steps clear, because you'll be able to listen to what you want for yourself, not the voices of others. You will be able to pursue your dreams, because you'll be able to discern just what your dreams really are. Living without fear can clarify your sense of direction and help you live up to your own standards. Embracing the possibilities of life can be especially difficult for women who grow up absorbing implicit and explicit lessons. Don't be too loud or too sexual. Be modest and deflect praise. Women are taught to take a back seat, so they naturally shrink away from the spotlight and downplay achievements. For women, the imperative to take control and chase dreams is extra challenging, but even more important. Forget what other people tell you to be and do. Resist the lessons you've learned about being nice and meek. Claim what you want and pursue it, because this is your God-given charge. Awe. Peace and serenity are accessible in every moment. With every inhale, you can return to the stillness that is the basis of all life. The moon on a cloudless night, the smell of lilacs in springtime, the silence of a secluded hiking trail. Just as joy and love are one choice away, so is a staggering sense of awe at the world's beauty. Take time for it. Remember to breathe in the midst of a busy work week or when your toddler is screaming. The beauty of the world will meet you where you are, only if you're willing to see it. Miracles are just as common. They are the startling yellow of October leaves, the unexpected phone call from a friend who lives in another time zone, and the sweetness of realizing that the books you've requested are now waiting for you at the library. Behold these tiny things and love them, because if you can increase your ability to feel wonder and appreciation, you will be maximizing your capacity for happiness. Clarity. For much of her career, Oprah struggled to learn how to say no and to set healthy boundaries for herself. Her cure was learning about the principle of intention from Gary Zukav. Zukav argues that every action comes from an intention, and that intention is a cause with its own effect. If we are part of the cause, we are also part of the effect. Therefore, we are always responsible for our actions, because on some level, they are the result of our intentions, even the ones we can't see or understand. Knowing that her actions must have a specific source, Oprah began to investigate why she was constantly overextending herself for other people. She realized that her intention was to please other people, and that the results of her life, receiving constant requests for help and overextending herself for other people, reflected that intention. Examine the patterns of your life. Look at the actions and habits that make you unhappy, and get curious about how your conscious or unconscious intentions might be shaping your life. If you discover that your adult children are always taking advantage of your helpful nature, examine yourself and recognize which traits and tendencies might be enabling their behavior. If your boss won't seriously entertain your request for a raise, maybe you're the one who isn't taking you seriously enough. Perhaps your colleagues don't treat you with enough respect because you're not respecting yourself either. Investigate your intentions, and if they're causing negative consequences in your life, be proactive about creating some new ones. Power. Freedom isn't just about not having an oppressive master. Freedom is about embracing the power of choice. It's about exercising your own power over your own life. You get to wake up each morning and decide what to do with your day. Your job might feel too taxing, or your family life might include all kinds of burdens. But nevertheless, you get to make choices about your life. You can quit your job or change the circumstances of your work. You get to choose which elements of your life cause annoyance or joy. You have more agency than you realize, so embrace it and use it. Conclusion. Your past and present contain all kinds of disappointment and success. But no matter your circumstances, you can still experience joy, gratitude, and fulfillment. Oprah's message is one of personal power. You have the ability to increase your joy, become more grateful, heal your emotional wounds, and claim your dreams. You do not need your circumstances to change in order to live your best life, nor do you need other people to give you permission and approval. You are capable of changing your life in any way you wish. Your better life is just one decision away. About Oprah Winfrey. Oprah Winfrey is a media executive, producer, actress, and philanthropist. The Oprah Winfrey Show was the highest-rated television show of its kind, and in 2013, Oprah was awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom by President Barack Obama. Thank you for listening to the snapshot of What I Know for Sure by Oprah Winfrey. If you liked what you heard, then make sure to explore the rest of our snapshot library.
Thank you for listening to our quick learning audiobook review series. If you liked what you heard, then check out our channel for more free audiobook reviews. We post new audiobooks every week. And don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell to be first to hear of our latest reviews.